Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this tutorial, you will learn about all the necessary information about HRC30. Let's just get started. Here, just a quick glimpse of the outline of the following content. We will first define the concept of HRC30, including a small touch on the background of the geolocation. In the second session, we will give a more detailed explanation on the HRC application in different scenarios on behalf of the role of users and program developers or the retailers, respectively. Plus, we're also going to introduce what RP to do with HRC30 at the very end of the tutorial. Before explaining HRC30 to you all, we better understand the value of geolocation. The use of locational data is sometimes neglected by the public, not to speak of the profit that has been generated. While living in an almost digitalized era, so many things are getting done on the digital medium. Navigation is one thing, daily purchase is another. Not just us becoming highly dependent, a growing amount of business also find the equivalent demand. Location data becomes a top emerging area that retailers devoted budget towards lately. They need precise geo information to deliver, to collect, to distribute, to invest. And this has made the companies, or the middleman, becomes incredibly important. With such valuable statistics on hand, they make money by simply charging a retrieval fee. Facts alert, Uber has paid 58 million to Google for location retrieval service in several years, not to speak of millions of businesses that share equivalent demand. HRC30 can be conceptualized as an application-level standard for location blockchain service, including token standard, transaction approval, burning mechanism, distribution of channels, including the total supply of token, and more. All Atlas-based token must follow HRC30. If you are new to the channel and wasn't sure about what Atlas is, click the link down below and find out more. As we've just discussed, the current geolocations are exploited mainly by centralized entrepreneurs. What HRC30 aims to do is to correct and rebuild the ecosystem. The new ecosystem is built on a blockchain-based decentralized platform. No middleman can intervene transactions. Under HRC30 standard supervision, future developers could write and run smart contracts in their free will and leverage the shared geolocations. Another way, what HRC30 proposed is very similar to what HRC20 does to Ethereum. It is going to be a public, open source, blockchain-based, distributed platform that enables developers to build and deploy the apps on Hyperion ecosystems. By far, I hope you all get some understanding on the HRC30 standard. Moving on to the second session, we will focus more on what is the potentiality of HRC30. How do we benefit by being part of the ecosystem? Two examples are drawn to illustrate. Saying, one day, Max and Jess want to order kebab takeaway for dinner. As usual, Jess grabs a mobile phone and started to look up. Deliveroo, Just Eat, Uber Eats. That's the top 3 takeaway application Jess normally go for. She opens them all and began to check availability on different kebab store. Which one got the best review? Then do price comparing. Which one got the best deal of the day? Is there any particular offer? But that's definitely not the end. Having meals selected on each app, Jess then go online, search for a promo code to apply it. One final step is to check for the delivery fee, expected waiting time. You know, any small differences could change Jess' ideas. Half an hour later, Max shouted, "Have you placed the order? Where's my kebab?" And Jess was like, hold on, just 5 more minutes. And yes, that's the tough choice a lot of us face when calling for takeaway on today's world. However, things can be really different on the HRC30-based ecosystem. Let's just assume there's a takeaway smart contract written on the HRC30, which means takeaway shops are now operating within the ecosystem. Users would no longer be bothered by the current repetitive searching. All you have to do is to input a requirement. The system would automatically screen out the best fit option and send out the takeaway in the quickest way. You know, ideally, no more price differences and time-lapse orders incurred by multiple intermediaries should appear and cause disruption. Unlike retailers would potentially benefit from the HRC30 ecosystem as users or what we say customer does. Let's take a mom-and-pop fish and chips takeaway shop as an example. There are ways to boost sales. Good quality sure is one thing, give away coupons, cross-channel advert, but more importantly is to collaborate with multiple delivery apps, especially if you're new to the market. Well, what retailers currently do is to make regular payments to the middleman, like Uber Eats or Deliveroo, so that their names come out on the web page. The more you pay, the likely you get to the top of the search engine, a better rating at least, more exposure. Business in HRC30 based ecosystem, however, need not pay for the middleman. Advantage in the shared geolocation information and decentralized network. Retailers can get quick access to the extensive customer pool in a relatively fair condition. Well, of course, good quality and good taste is the premise. Now we're arriving at the very end of the tutorial. Just a quick introduction on the HRC30 and the idea of RP, Red Pocket. To Hyperion, HRC30 standard aims to efficiently support every Hyperion-based project to acquire massive users with new token supply mechanism over time. RP will be the first token to experiment with the HRC30 standard. By far, users participate through staking HYN only. Decentralized apps developer or retailers also get subsidized when taking part. 10% of the RP would circulate and settle back to the account and reduce the promotion expenses. Once the primitive use case of HRC30 standards is proven valid, other projects can quickly develop new LBS decentralized apps and issue their own tokens or smart contracts based on it. Hyperion blockchain aims to underpin various projects by driving the growth of user base via a feasible set of value-added token rules. Once established a role model, other projects can simply follow by sticking to the rules. So that will be the end of the tutorial. The new standard of HRC30 will empower developers of all kinds to accurately predict how newly issued tokens will function while securing a small portion of the rewarding pool for its own. Meanwhile, the HRC30 standard is user-friendly. They can freely explore additional token rewards via RP sharing and level upgrades. Don't forget, feel free to comment down below and share your thoughts. Bye!